going. Welcome back to Blow Up the Team. I'm Matt, joined by Jeremy. Say hello, Jeremy.
Nah, fuck you. I ain't vibing.
Okay.
I ain't vibing.
All right. He's pissed off because Johnny Cueto, after having a pretty solid start to this point, gave up a 3-run home run to Justin Turner. So, sucks to be
Unbelievable.
you, I guess.
Hey man, at least I didn't draft Justin Verlander.
I mean, you could, like, I don't really give a shit, man. Happens. At least I didn't draft Johnny Cueto. Like, don't know what the point is there. So he's salty for no reason. We're gonna get right into this. Today we're gonna go through some MLB updates. Now the season's been underway for just about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks now. And yeah, we're gonna start off right from basically we're gonna go. I'm gonna go not too in depth, but a little bit in depth with the Yankees because they're the primary team focus here, and then I'll just do a quick thing about all the other 29 teams. So Yankees off to a very good start so far. They are leading the AL East. They just split a doubleheader with the Rays today. They're 10-5. Their offense has looked really, really great. Aaron Judge looks like an absolute monster. He's hit 8 home runs so far. Really, really good stuff from him. He's healthy, and the reason you can tell he's healthy is because he's pulling the ball. And so because he's pulling the ball, it means that he has enough, because what has his two injuries been in 2018, 2019? They were oblique injuries. So 2019, Aaron Judge was hitting everything the opposite way because he couldn't generate the torque needed without causing himself a lot of pain. He's able to generate torque. He's been hitting the ball really, really hard. And it's been really, really scary to watch for opposing pitching. Giancarlo Stanton just pulled a hammy today. Might see some IL time. But up until then, he's been looking really good. He only has 3 home runs, but his OPS is still in the 900s. Like, the guy's walking a lot. He's hitting lots of doubles. He is hitting the ball very, very, very hard. And he's been a real help to this team. Something about the fro and losing 20 pounds probably helped him do that. You've also seen pretty big performances out of Garrett Cole, obviously. Garrett Cole has been very good so far. But the starting rotation is really the biggest cause for concern on this team. The starting rotation has been very, very iffy outside of Cole. Tadaka has come back from his injury, and he is looking really good. He pitched extremely well yesterday. And so you have 2 solid guys. The James Paxton has been pitching not so great. The reason being is he throws lots of high fastballs because he's a power pitcher. He throws, he goes up in the zone, down in the zone, moves his fastball in the zone. He relies on his fastball because his fastball is usually 97 miles an hour. Then all of a sudden, his fastball is now only hitting 93 at most, averaging around 91 miles an hour. Meanwhile, his 2 previous season average, it's a 6-mile-an-hour drop off. What he really needs to do is he needs to go back to what he did last season and throw that curveball 30-40% of the time, because that seems to be what works for him. But at the end of the day, he the combination of his fastball and curveball, which is his bread and butter, isn't getting batters out, and it's much easier to hit a 91-mile-an-hour fastball than a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So there's got to be a mechanical adjustment, or maybe he just needs to get warmed up enough to start throwing the ball harder, because until he does, it's really, really hard to watch him because he's throwing like a power pitcher without power pitcher stuff. J Happ sucks. His control is bad. He doesn't want to change his game plan in game. His last start in Philly, 1 strikeout, 6 walks. He kept trying to work the outside part of the plate, despite the fact that he wasn't hitting it, and even on the close calls, Angel Hernandez wasn't calling it. Don't get me wrong, Angel Hernandez had some really bad calls. One, it was egregious. It was basically down in the zone, but it was still easily well into the zone, and wouldn't call it. So, but even regardless of that, he was nibbling around the corners, wasn't getting calls on them, refuses to change his game plan, continues to pitch like shit. Really need to fucking call up Clark Schmidt. This guy's a joke at this rate. It's just he was so good in 2018. I thought maybe after 2019 he would address things, but he's just not. It seems like in the middle of the game, his game plan doesn't change. It doesn't matter that he walked 3 guys; he decided to walk 3 more. He just doesn't want to change his game plan. Jordan Montgomery had a really good first start, 5 2/3 innings, and then got blown up in his second start. So not sure what you're going to get from him. The important thing is that he seems healthy, and his stuff is. What's interesting is his changeup seems to be his best breaking pitch so far, which is weird because his signature has always been the curveball. But it's not like it's a bad thing. It's been looking good, and so maybe you'll see as he continues to go through the curveball more, maybe. But I'm not going to make too many sweeping claims until he's made 3-4 starts. Other notables, Mike King has looked either really good or really bad, depending on the inning he's in. Like he started off tonight's game, loading the bases and walking in a run, but then struck out the side, including striking out Austin Meadows on 3 pitches. Like the guy has some clear talent. I'm not sure what the disconnect is there. And then Clark Schmidt is wasting away at camp because they won't call him up. Bullpen has been stellar as was expected. Chad Green has looked like a monster. Aroldis Chapman is getting healthy after getting off the COVID-19 injured list and building himself up. So hopefully you'll see him get called up early this week, early to mid this coming week. Zach Britton has done a great job in the closer role. He's been a real stud on my fantasy team. Adam Ottavino's looked pretty good. He gave up a run last night, but it was like 1 run. But he's still looking really good. Tommy Canley, my favorite bullpen arm, has been lost to Tommy John surgery. I'm very sad about that. And then there's so we talked about Chapman, Canley, Green, Ottavino, Britton. Yeah, that's the big standouts. Nick Nelson made his major league debut. He got rocked in Philly, but he looked like he had some pretty decent stuff against Boston. Luis Avalon has actually looked fairly decent for the Yankees. He was not expected to do much, and he seems to be all right. David Hale looked good in his outing against the Red Sox. So the team is looking overall very, very good. The starting pitching is the biggest concern, as it was last year. But I think as you see the pitchers build up more, you see Tanaka build up. Like Tanaka should be able to go like a normal start next time through the rotation. He should look better. Montgomery, I think, will know where he's going next rotation. And like Paxton, while I'm not expecting great results out of his next start, if you see his fastball tick up at all, that's a good sign. As his fastball ticks up, his numbers will get better. Hap. Going next. Oh, also on the Yankees, just last thing I forgot to mention. Gio Urshela has been amazing, and DJ LeMahieu has been great, and Luke Voigt has looked really good. Mike Tauchman has looked really. The team looks really good. Gleyber Torres has been struggling quite a bit to start the season,
Yeah, it's
but he's
pretty
starting to look
unfortunate.
better. Yeah, it is. But he did walk for the first time in 8 games and got a hit for the first time in 6 games, breaking an 0 for 24. And so he looked much better overall today. Going next. Toronto Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits the ball ridiculously hard, but hits it into the ground. Overall, the team hasn't really looked that impressive. The biggest cause for concern, the number one thing for Toronto, can Vlad Jr. work his mechanics more? He needs to change his swing. He needs to change his approach because he's just beating balls into the ground. Despite it's nice that he hits them really hard, but if you're hitting the ball into the ground, they're going to be ground outs because this is the majors, not the minors. And unfortunately, Ken Giles is on the injured list, and that's really bad for you guys. Not something you want to see out of a guy who's been, who looked really good to start the season, and yeah, and also Hyunjin Ryu has looked not so great in his first couple of starts. A 5.14 ERA is not what we want to see out of him. But you know what? It's like I said, it's a few games in a season that you're not expected to do much in anyway. So going next, the Rays. The Rays have been pretty good. Well, okay, the Rays have been getting good. They started off really horrible, including getting swept in 3 games by the Orioles. Yeah, but the bullpen started coming to life a bit. The bats are starting to come to life a bit. Things seem to be looking much better for them. They looked very good today, and in their Friday night game against the Yankees. Yeah, the big strengths for them is that bullpen. They have many arms and a very, very big group of arms that can do many things. Like they have a guy for every situation. They have guys with all different types of stuff. Yeah, going next. This team sucks. Wait, never. Wait. Actually, I didn't look up. I thought I had the Red Sox first. My bad. I mean, this team isn't good. This team has looked surprisingly good, despite all expectations for them to completely suck. This team has actually been good. I didn't mean to say that they suck. I thought it was going to be I was expecting to look up and see Boston. The Orioles are actually at 500. They swept the Rays. They looked really good against the Red Sox. Their starting pitching has been inconsistent, but their bullpen has looked surprisingly good. Miguel Castro, Miguel Castro, is finding his control and is striking batters out like a lot. And big performances from like Rio Ruiz and just other guys on that team have suddenly turned the Orioles into not that easy of a team to beat. So and the Yankees did come in and beat them handily, but that's expected. Going next, this team sucks. Yeah, it's horrible. It's really bad. The bullpen is ass. The bullpen is a dumpster fire. Watching the Yankees play the Red Sox, it was like it didn't matter in that one game that was close. It's like it didn't matter that we were down because I knew there was no way that the Boston bullpen could hold it for Brandon Workman to come into the game, and sure enough, they couldn't. Ryan Weber looked horrible. I think Evaldi has been inconsistent, but at least healthy. And uh, blanking on his name. You picked him up over the seas. Oh no! Hold on. I'll find this. I'll find this. Hold on. Oh god, Zach Godley has looked bad. Dylan Covey hasn't looked good. Martin Perez has looked surprisingly good. After not really expecting much out of him, he's been looking solid. The offense is great. The offense, there's no problems with the offense. If you're headed by Xander Bogaerts, has looked really great. The problem, and despite a ridiculously slow start from Manager Benintendi, the problem is the pitching. There's no pitching on this team. This team sucks ass. Going next. The Twins have been ridiculously hot to start the season. Their starting rotation moves to improve it have paid off. Their offense has been ridiculous. Some spots in the bullpen look a little weak, but overall the team is very, very solid. You can't really say too much wrong about a team that's 10-5. It's looked really good. Their roster moves have paid off. They are, like I said, though they have been on a recent streak of losses. They've been overall still easily the best team in the Central. Going next, the Indians. The Indians have looked really good. They are 9-7 to start the year. Led by great pitching out of guys like Aaron Savali, who weren't expected. They are, and good performances from their usual stars. The Indians are threatening, despite the fact that they have obviously made moves to rebuild. The team looks better than it has in recent years. Well, not in recent years, since than it did last year. The outfield is still pretty atrocious overall, but performances have been from the pitching, especially, have been really carrying this team. Going next, the White Sox. The White Sox got off to a very bad start. However, in their last 10, they are 7-3. The key for the White Sox, the White Sox have had huge performances out of their bullpen from Aaron Bummer and Alex Colomé. The offense has had its ups and downs, but overall, obviously, when you're 8-7, has looked pretty good. Overall, solid team. The big question is, can they pull ahead and really compete in this? And I think that given time, I think within the next week or so, we will find out for sure what this team is going to be. And yeah, and also Dallas Keuchel looked really good. So these are all pluses for the White Sox. Going next, the Royals. The Royals are bad. They're 6-10. They have taken a couple off of Minnesota, which is shocking, but they still are bad. pitching is bad. The offense is looked solid in some spots. You got big prospect Nick Heath called up. He's been looking okay to start his season. Nicky Lopez has put in a surprisingly good start, despite with players on, with runners on, he's looked pretty good. He's not afraid to throw down a sac bunt or make use of his speed or his despite the fact he doesn't have power. Yeah, that's really all there is to say about this team. The pitching sucks. Anyway, go next. Would you believe it if I told you this team is 7-5? Remember when I said there was going to be lots of weird things because this is a short season? This is one of those weird things. This team should not be 7-5. This team should be maybe 1-12. I don't know why they're doing so well. Matt Boyd sucks.
He was like the only guy that you said was any good on the pitching staff as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but he sucks. Tyler Alexander set a major league record for relievers by striking out 9 in a row out of the bullpen. He's looked really great. Miguel Cabrera has been off to a bit of a slow start. This team just confuses me. I don't understand why they're doing so well. CJ Cron is only hitting 200, but he has 4 home runs already. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why they're winning. I mean, Spencer Turnbull has looked really good. I will say that Spencer Turnbull has looked very, very good. But that's all I can really say. I don't understand it. This team should not be doing this well. Going next. Angels. The team would be looking a lot better if it had pitching. Because it doesn't have pitching, it is 5-10. Mike Trout has come back as a dad and now has dad strength. He has hit 3 home runs in 3 games. I don't know what he's done tonight, but he's got dad strength now, and so that's even more terrifying. Shohei Ohtani, hitting the ball hard, has 4 home runs or 3 home runs.
3 home runs, I'm pretty sure. 3 home runs, only 5 hits though.
Only 5 hits, yeah. So his average is bad, and he started off the season not getting a single out, walking 3 or 4, giving up 5 runs, and then his next start also sucked, and now he's like, oh, your arm's injured again. So yeah, LA.
Mike Trout
sorry.
Went 1 for 4 with.
Mike Trout
looks like a single.
Yeah. Mike Trout got off to a slow start, but he is looking better. Obviously, with the power show he's put on since coming back. And Anthony Rendon has been very disappointing. Going next. Oakland A's. They are at the top of this league division at 11-4. In fact, they're the only team in the division that is above 500. Yeah, if they're on an 8-game win streak too. They look excellent. Everything's clicking. They look. I thought they were going to challenge. I thought they had a chance to do what they're doing, and they are doing it well. The pitching has been really, really good. Liam Hendricks continuing to look great. Frankie Montas has been excellent. They've had really good, really, really great pitching performances, and the hitting's back them up. And so yeah, going next. Seattle Mariners. Can I just say next team? 5-10. Sorry. Still not the worst team in the majors, at least, so that's good.
That's genuinely all you got?
Yeah, this team is it's just. Kyle Seager has hit his 200th career home run. Yeah.
This logo is hideous. I'm sorry. I just gotta say it.
Oh, this is their old one. I actually like this one. I think it's better than the current one. I like the color scheme. Alright, going next. Rangers. Lance Lynn has looked amazing. Mike Minor has looked like shit. The offense has been incredibly inconsistent. And that's really it. The parts of the team are looking really good. It's looking like a team that is nearing the end of its rebuild. It's not looking like a team that is out of the woods for just as it wants to be. However, like I said, it's only been 2 weeks into the season, and I expect that we'll know more about what they're going to look like as they get further into it, because they have been winning a couple in a row lately. So I would wait to pass total judgment on this team. Last but not, actually no, last and least, fuck this next team. 6-8, they're below 500. Jose Altuve is hitting below 200. George Springer sucks. Everyone on this team fucking sucks, and it's good. Fuck them. Fuck this team. Fuck all their fans who defend them. Not the fans who understand their team cheated and are disappointed in them. But you know what? Altuve, unapologetic. Fuck you. You're hitting 177. I hope you keep hitting 177. Fuck you. No fucking way. I feel bad about it. Alex Bregman's hitting 230. Like, the only person on this team I want to do well is Zach Greinke, because Zach Greinke is, deserves nothing but the good things in life. Carlos Correa, unfortunately, is hitting really well. That makes me sad. But fuck this team. Going next. I don't want to talk about them anymore. Miami. They're 7-2.
Well, they haven't played a lot of games.
Yeah. When they came out after 2-1, the logical thing is for a team that hasn't played and is bad on paper is that they would lose a lot, because all their bad players haven't had a chance to really get back into the swing of things and won't be ready for baseball action. And instead, what they did is they won 6 games in a row. Or no, sorry, 5 games in a row. They lost their last time out, but they looked really good. This team's not supposed to do anything. And meanwhile, they lead the AL East. That could be wrong. As they catch up on games, that'll probably change. But yeah, going next. The Braves. The Braves looked really solid. Will Smith has been a great addition to the bullpen. The offense has looked really solid. Everything's kind of clicking for this team. This team is clearly arms and shoulders above the rest of the AL East, except the Marlins, obviously. The Marlins have been apparently good. The Marlins, you know what the funny thing is their pitching sucks. Their pitching has been horrible, but their offense just continues to outperform their pitching. Anyway, that's not the Marlins. The Braves, I suspect within a week, will be at the top of the NL East. This team is the only team that looks like they're doing anything out of the NL East. Going next, Philly. Since going down with COVID, or well, with COVID tests, I should say. They didn't really have. They only had. I don't think they had any players test positive, and they had 2 staff test positive, which turned out to be false positives. Phillies. Yeah, you've looked pretty solid despite the problems with coming off of not an injury, despite coming off of such a long break. They had a very competitive series with the Yankees, exception of one game with J-Hap where they blew them out because J-Hap sucks. And then Nick Nelson gave up a bunch of base hits, but they were all weak, cheap shots, which was not cheap shots, little weak line, weak pop-ups that just found holes. Anyway, the team has looked pretty good. Bryce Harper has looked really great since coming back. So the team is in a good spot to threaten the NL East. I suspect, though, that with time going on, the problems with their pitching will start to show themselves more. Going next.
Whoa.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to this
I'm
team.
over the Mets, man. You keep telling me. I'm sorry, I got to interrupt here. You told me they were going to be pretty good.
Jeremy, if you would let me finish. Everyone who had eyes said this team should be good. You know what? It's the Mets. They're Metsing it.
I called it. I said I didn't believe the hype.
Yes, but you said you didn't believe the hype because of lol Mets, and don't get me wrong, lol Mets.
There you go.
But when I was doing my preseason predictions, am I supposed to say lol Mets? No, I'm going to tell you what the team should do. And the team has done the lol Mets approach. Yoenis Cespedes just disappeared. Didn't talk, and they found his hotel room cleared out, and then found out, he decided to not play. Robinson Cano, who was having a monster start to the season, is now on the IL. Pete Alonso sucks so far. Jacob deGrom can't carry this team. I mean, that's been known because you need some form of offense. They continue to just do nothing for him. Jed Lowry is never going to play another game for this team. They played like one game last year, and then he got injured in summer camp, and the man is playing with a glass skeleton. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. The bullpen sucks. Seth Lugo has looked mostly good. One bad outing. What's his name on the Mets? What is his name? Hold on. Hold on. He slipped my mind right as because I decided to talk about Seth Lugo, and then I fucking slipped. Edwin Diaz has been ass. Yeah, this team's ass. This team's just playing like ass. This team that should be doing well. Oh yeah, Dellin Betances has played like ass so far. This team that should be doing something is doing nothing because they're the Mets.
Is this going to be another year where Jacob deGrom lights it up just to be let down by his team?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Hate to see it.
Going next. Nationals. Their title defense isn't going well. They're 4-7 at the bottom of the NL East. Their team is old. The offense is old. They've had some pretty key players decide to sit out, like Ryan Zimmerman. Their offense averages to be the oldest in the league. Their pitching out of the bullpen, like I said, was going to be atrocious, has been atrocious. An injury to Steven Strasburg means that his first start of the season is tomorrow. The offense is just so. The offense is just not. It isn't good, and it doesn't help. Their pitching is bad as well. Now they've had their moments, but moments aren't enough to carry a team. They're starting off their title defense the way they started off their title year, which is at the bottom. Now they have a chance, obviously, like every other team, to heat up and suddenly be a big threat in the NL East. But as it stands right now, they look bad. I suspect they can pass the Mets because the Mets look even worse, but that's about that. Go next. Cubs. Cubs have made me a very happy man. They are great. 10-3. They're starting pitching led by Alex Mills and Kyle Hendricks and Tyler Chatwood. Yeah, Tyler Chatwood got annihilated by the Royals his last time out, but before he got annihilated by the Royals, he had 2 back-to-back starts where he just looked unhittable. And John Lester has looked good. Like their whole rotation, Yu Darvish after a bad first start has recovered and looks really great again, and is starting to look like his old self. Like the self that the Cubs signed. This team looks threatening from top to bottom. It is huge. However, the bullpen. Oh my God. There was a meme. Well, it was a meme, but it's actually like a serious sort of breakdown. It's the pain meter for your pitching staff. Great rotation, poor pen. Best rotation with the worst pen, the Cubs. Their average ERA for starting pitchers is just above 2, and their average ERA in relief is 8. They've already sent down and called up like 3 or 4 different pitchers. Jeremy Jeffress has looked really good. Craig Kimbrell looks horrible. And he's looking like a bust. But overall, the team has looked good, and their offense and starting pitching have been able to carry this team so far. However, they need some more people to turn up out of the bullpen. Go next. Reds. Their starting rotation, I genuinely might be the best in the majors. It has Sonny Gray. Ridiculous start. Jeremy, I'm sorry. This is going to be a mini rant. I get it. He fucking sucked on the Yankees. Get over it. Oh my God.
Nope.
It's so fucking annoying.
Good.
It's like, no, Jeremy, it's retarded. It's stupid. It's stupid. The Yankees didn't fucking help him at all. If you watch any fucking interviews with him, he's like, well, we had stats on me, but they didn't know what to do with them. And sure enough, he gets traded to the Reds, where they have things like advanced metrics to break down how he pitches and explain to him what should be working better for him, what he needs to do to change how he pitches. And he's been pitching great for the past year plus. So I'm sorry, I get it. You hate him, but he's not that pitcher anymore. He's just not. Going next. Not going next. Just going next to my next Luis Castillo. He's given up he's had some control issues which will cause him to give up runs, but he's also still striking out batters at a ridiculous rate. Trevor Bauer's off to a monster start. Uh, Trevor Bauer's just been looking great. What else can I say about this team? The offense, Nick Castellanos has been an offensive nightmare. And just the hitting's been great. The bullpen has been blowing it for them in the games they have lost. Rise Iglesias looks just lost. Yeah, that's basically the story for this team. They need to figure out the bullpen situation, as is the case with a lot of teams. Going next. Brewers. Brewers have been pretty solid to start the season. They've had some surprising pitching performances. Names are escaping me right now, but they've Wait, hold on, I'm on the wrong team. I'm on the wrong team. No, you have the right team up there.
I was like, what?
I was just reading off the wrong notes. Sorry, the Brewers. They're off to okay. They're at 5-7, which is not good. In the big problem for them has been inconsistency. Sometimes they look like they have it together, and sometimes they just look lost. Christian Yelich hit an inside the park home run. That was fun. Yeah, this team needs to have some bigger performances out of their starting rotation. It just needs to have more consistent performances, because I can't tell because depending on the game, tells you which part of the team needs help, and so it's they need more consistent things from them. And Christian Yelich, despite that, is also having a horrible start to the season at a 114 average. So there's one thing that needs to definitely change. Go next. Cardinals. I would love to talk about you, but you decided COVID was a fun thing to get. And you're missing half your team right now, tested positive. And you're 2-3, and I can't say anything about you because you haven't played enough games to really be worth talking about. And fuck you for getting COVID and making people afraid that the season's going to get canceled. So go next. You suck. This is the worst team in the majors. 3-12. It's atrocious. Just atrocious. I said in my predictions video they were going to be at the bottom of the NL Central. Sure enough, they are. And yeah, just remember you're rebuilding. Keep that in mind, because that is the only thing you have going for you. That and Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds is a lot of fun. Go next. Colorado Rockies. So they're off to a 10-3 start. The pitching has kept itself together enough that the offense has been able to carry. And so it's like, now when you look at the games they're winning, they have one game with 1 run and one game with 2 runs, but right now the pitching is averaging like over 4 runs a game given up. The offense is absolutely carrying this team, which is what I said would carry this team to its wins. I would have never expected it to get to a 10-3 start. So when the offense decides to cool down or can't put up 5-6 runs a game, then this team will start to look worse. But if the pitching starts to get better while the offense continues to do anything close to what it's doing, this team could genuinely be a contender in the NL West. So that would be interesting to see which way that goes in the next couple weeks. Going next. 10-4 to start the season, and doing shocking absolutely no one, being really good. Mookie Betts. It's fun to be able to watch him and root for him now that he's no longer on the Red Sox. He's fun to watch. This team's fun to watch because you've got him, Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager, Justin Turner, Jock Peterson, Max Muncy. Like, I can name most of their team because it is so good, and it is frustrating because it's not really frustrating. I want to be able to say something bad about every team, but genuinely, this team looks really put together. Kershaw has been looking shaky. I guess I can say that. At least in this current start that he just had, where he gave 5 runs to the Giants. But that's really it. Going next. Padres off to a very good start. Fernando Tatis Jr. has been really good. Eric Hosmer is off to his best start in years. The pitching has looked really, really, really good. And overall, the team is looking like a solid contender for a wild card, or even if they heat up and the Dodgers cool off, the NL West. Going next. Giants. Welcome to the basement. It's bad. Pitching isn't good. The offense is inconsistent. You have Donovan Solano, who has been like trying his hardest to carry this team, and you have Mike Yastrzemski, who's also been really good to start the season. But that's about it. This team is bad. Going next. Arizona Diamondbacks. Mad Bum is pitching like a bum. Luke Weaver, has like in 3 starts has a 13 ERA so far. He's bad. Been looking bad. Robbie Ray has been looking bad. That's 3 starters right there who've been looking really, really bad. And the bullpen it's not like you have the Yankees bullpen where you can throw guys out there who are going to give you a couple innings and be really good. They don't have that, and so their pitching has been horrible. Kel Marte has gotten off to a really good start at least. But that's about that. So that is the end of the recap. The biggest surprises for me, Rockies, the Orioles. The Rockies, in a way, they're actually competing. The Orioles, and the fact that like they're doing better than they ever should. Do I think this team is going to be a big threat in the playoffs? No. The Twins, not because I was expecting them to be bad. I was expecting them to be good. I expect them to win the division, but I was now expecting them to get off to the start they did.
What about the Tigers, man?
The Tigers, yeah, the Tigers have been a huge shock. I don't get it. I don't think I ever will.
And the Mets, I called it. Said the Mets aren't gonna do it. It's not how you
Why
want
did
to
you?
start the
What?
season. They're only 2 games under 500, but come on. I'm sorry. That's my Mets rant. Go ahead, continue.
No, you're fine.
Oh, they're 3 games under 500. There you go. Head in the wrong direction.
So, yeah, that's about that. So yeah, I'm not. I mean, I should say I'm surprised at the Mets because logically they should be good, but then again, I guess that's about every year for the Mets. One day the Mets will learn and they realize maybe this team just isn't worth trying to save with what limited prospects we have left, and maybe we should just, you know, oh, what's our namesake? Oh yeah, blow up the team. Anyway, that's about it. Really, the teams that are supposed to be good for the most part have been good. The teams that are supposed to be bad for the most part have been bad, with the exception, of course, Miami and fucking Baltimore. Yes, very nice. So yeah, we'll see. I'm thinking about a week and a half, 2 weeks for the next one. See where the teams have changed. Yeah.
We might do a NBA bubble check-in recap, maybe also this week, maybe if Matt feels up to it.
So yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah. So thanks for watching. And this has been Blow Up the Team. Go check out our social media. Go check out. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Join our Discord. Yada yada yada. Yeah. So.
That's what you got for me on an ending? Come on now.
What
You gotta give him something on the way out the door.
Fuck you, Justin Verlander, getting injured. Fuck you, Jose Altuve, for existing. Go listen to Limbo by Amine. It's a pretty damn good album. That's about it.